Our next inductee spent over 40 years in professional baseball, first as a player, then as a coach and manager. Turns out there was more than just one amazing athlete in town named Sonny in the 1960s. Let's learn more about Sonny Jackson.
Sonny Jackson played 12 seasons in the major leagues for the Houston Astros and the Atlanta Braves. A two-sport star at Blair in baseball and basketball, he was offered a scholarship at the University of Maryland, but instead chose professional baseball. He set the NL rookie record with 49 steals in 1966, while also finishing runner-up for Rookie of the Year. That year, he also led the NL in singles with 160. After his playing career ended, Sonny became a coach and manager in the minor leagues and major leagues for the Atlanta Braves, San Francisco Giants, and Chicago Cubs. We are proud to welcome Sonny Jackson to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame.
Jerry Ricucci, you've known Sonny Jackson probably almost as long as anybody. Jerry was a great athlete in his own right, and you were not only a teammate of his at Blair, but going way back. So tell us how you met Sonny and how that all started.
Well, Joe, back in 1956, the gentleman that ran the Tacoma Tiger midget baseball team for the Montgomery County Boys Baseball Association, they knew the integration was coming the next year, and they thought it'd be a good idea to try to have a soft landing, to have a couple of black kids play on our baseball team. Sonny played for Lee Jordan, who coached most of the black kids, baseball, basketball, football.
What years are we talking now?
We're talking in the 1955, 56. Okay. And so they had a meeting one night in the winter of 55 and decided that they asked Lee Jordan who would be a good candidate, who would be the best baseball player, and who had the best potential for melding in with everybody else, not causing any problems. So they selected two people. One, we found out, unfortunately, lived in D.C., so he wasn't eligible to play. But I met Sonny in the spring of 1956 at the first Tacoma Tiger tryout that season.
And so tell us about Sonny. I mean, you've known him for, once again, we have math, probably over 60 years.
Oh, yeah.
I had a brief conversation. I don't know Sonny. I had a brief conversation, and he's very sorry he couldn't make it tonight, this afternoon. Seems like a very humble person. So can you tell us about the man?
Well, you chose a perfect word. Humble is what Sonny was. He was soft-spoken. He was, you'd think timid, maybe you might have called him. He grew out of that. But no, I think humble and, of course, dedicated to becoming a baseball player. And I think in our years of talking about the past, he was very much aware of his position being in the first black baseball player for the Montgomery County Boys Baseball Association.
So at Blair, and Bob Malloy was telling me about this. Bob Malloy is a historian, and he's got a mind like a steel trap. I don't know how you remember all this stuff, Bob. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Sonny was the captain of the football team, the basketball team, and the baseball team, and they won state titles. You guys won state titles in all three sports, maybe in 1 year, or something like that. Does that sound about right?
His senior year, our senior year, he was co-captain of the football team that won the county championship. He was co-captain of the basketball team, co-captain of the baseball team. And that year, Blair won the football, basketball, baseball, track, and even Latin.
Latin?
We had a Latin Scrabble league back in Montgomery County. I don't know if they still have it now, but they were state champs for Latin Scrabble.
Bob, you didn't tell me about the Latin part. That's amazing. Okay, so now Sonny did not go to college, right? He went right to the majors?
He had an offer to attend the University of Maryland, and he decided that the moment was right to take the opportunity to play professional baseball. So he turned down Maryland and signed with the Houston Colt 45s.
The Colt 45s before the Astros. And he had a pretty good rookie year, 49 stolen bases, I think set the rookie record at that point. Second in the Rookie of the Year, balloting to a guy named Pete Rose. So he had a very, very good Major League career, didn't he?
He had a very successful Major League career.
What any memories on about his Major League career? I know he played and then he coached, as the video
Right.
told us.
Well, I think the biggest memories for me were the fact that, I saw my friend that I went to Blair with on TV occasionally, and whenever a group of us would go to a game, Philadelphia, Baltimore, we would, he'd arrange for us to meet him in the locker room after the game. And so, I mean, that was our big thrills. Now, also, during the course of his coaching career, he invited friends of his, teammates, former teammates, to join him in Arizona for spring training. And many Blair friends, and not just athletes, but classmates, former classmates, we would go out to Arizona and spend a few days out there with him, watch him coach with the Braves and Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Baker or Dusty
Dusty
Rhodes?
Baker, I'm sorry.
Not the wrestler, but the World Series winning manager now.
Sonny
Yeah.
probably taken Dusty Rhodes too.
So for being a friend, Dusty Baker's one of the great guys to hang around with, great stories. He used to hang around with Jimi Hendrix and all these unbelievable people. So you're hanging with Dusty Baker and Sonny Jackson. That must have been something.
Well, one year, Sonny's wife tried to organize, well, she didn't try. She succeeded in organizing a surprise birthday party for Sonny's 60th birthday. And they were playing the St. Louis Cardinals that weekend that he turned 60. She reached out to friends, former teammates, and invited us to a surprise birthday party for him. And as it turned out, I think there were about 30 people that made the trip to Missouri, and they played the game that night. And after the game, they were coming into what they thought was going to be the dining hall for them to have their after-game dinner, and everybody yelled surprise, and we had a great party that night.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So when you talk to Sonny now, what kind of conversations, what's that like talking to him now, 60, 70 years later?
It's basically him asking me or me asking him, how's so-and-so doing, how, I knew his wife and his family. In fact, last night at the Blair event, his sister, Diane Peaches Jackson, received his award on his behalf. And we talked about things like that. They still live in the same house on Ritchie Avenue.
Wow.
That they lived in during the time that he went to school there.
Not a bad weekend for Sonny Jackson. Gets into the Blair Hall of Fame and into the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. Jerry, thank you so much for being here on his behalf. Congratulations to you and, of course, to Sonny and his family, and please wish him our best.
I will. Thank you,
Thank
Joe.
you. Thank you
Thanks a
so
lot,
much.
Ken.
Let's make sure you get this. You can just put that on the chair.